My dear friends, all of you know that we became independent on 15th August 1947. But do you know that there lies a tremendously violent and chaotic history of intense rebellions, battles, movements carried out by thousands of zealous Indian independence warriors? But let me explain you about the top 10 freedom fighters of India who made the movement successful. Most of you know that Mahatma Gandhi and Jawharlal Nehru are the two eminent personalities whom the country remembers and believe that they have brought freedom for us. But my observation and understanding is different. Sardar Patel, one of the top freedom fighters of India, without whose presence India's struggle for independence would have remained incomplete. Even after independence, his efforts towards integrating princely states into the Union India is remarkable. Popularly, he is known as the Iron Man of India. Next is Subhas Chandra Bose. Everybody knows that Gandhi gave freedom to India, but the reality is different. Subhas Chandra Bose was the lion of India. He did not believe the philosophy of Gandhi and said, independence is not a gift. His famous slogan was, "मुझे खून दो, मैं तुम्हें आजादी दूंगा," which ignited the spirit of freedom at each corner of the country. Thousands of young Indians joined to him. He set up the Azad Hind Army, which is now called the Indian National Army, which is going to force the British out of India, though INA failed their mission after World War II. And the Britishers captured 11,000 soldiers and tortured them as war criminals. After that, there was an internal revolution started in the Indian Navy, and Britishers feared that this thought might spread around the army. And also, how 30,000 Britishers can manage 30 crore Indian people? So it is believed that with this fear, Britishers decided to transfer the power and made it Indian free. This is next, Bhagat Singh. Bhagat Singh, who ignited the real freedom of India and died as a martyr for his nation. Yeah, the next is Rani Lakshmibhai, was one of the top women freedom fighters, whose contribution can never be forgotten or overlooked. The Queen of Jhansi, Rani Lakshmibhai, was born in 1828. She was a major figure in India's ferocious independence movement in 1857. Rani Lakshmibhai was a crucial player in the 1857 Indian Revolt. She is recognized as one of India's finest independence fighters. In the 1850s, she retreated against Britain's intention to conquer her country and became an emblem of freedom in India. Another crucial name in the list of top 10 freedom fighters of India is Paul Kangada Tilak. In fervent protest against the British, he lit a fire across the country with a message: "Swaraj is my birthright, and I shall have it." He was better known as one of the trios, Lal, Bal, and Pal. Because to him, people referred him as Lokmanya Tilak because they admired and referred him as one of the greatest leaders of all time. Next in the list of top 10 freedom fighters of India is Mangal Pandey. He was one of the first rebels to urge young Indian troops to join in the 1857 uprising. He was a prominent figure in the 1857 uprising, also known as Sepoy Mutiny. The actions of Mangal Pandey in 1857 ignited the Indian Mutiny, also called as the Indians' First Independence War. Next, Wasanti Devi, who involved in the independence struggle when her husband Chitranjan Das was arrested. Being one of the most prominent women freedom fighters, she was a part of the Caliphate movement and civil disobedience campaign. She was also a founder of member of the Nari Karma Mandira, a women's educational center. She was in prison for a brief time in Kolkata for selling khadi. Her arrest sparked indignation and resentment across the country. She took over the weekly magazine at Bangalar Katha when her husband died. She was the president of the Bengal Provincial Congress with a Padma Vibhushan award in the 1973. Struggle to independence is incomplete without this famous leader, Lalarajpatra. He was born in Punjab in 1865, a colloquially known as Punjab Kesari. During a Simon Commission protest in 1928, he was killed by a violent lathi charge by the British soldiers. Lalarajpatra was one of India's finest independence warriors. Next is Lal Bahadur Shastri ji. Lal Bahadur Shastri, who was born in Uttar Pradesh in 1904, a modest but active independence fighter. He took part in Mahatma Gandhi's Quit India Civil Disobedience and Salt Satyagraha movement. Following freedom, he served as Home Minister until becoming the Prime Minister of India. In 1964, Lal Bahadur Shastri pushed himself to the independence movement with ferocious zeal. He spearheaded many rebellious protests and was imprisoned in Britain for a total of 7 years. Next is Jawharlal Nehru, nicknamed as Chacha Nehru, was influenced by Mahatma Gandhi's attempts to liberate India from British rule. He started the liberation movement, rose to become the president of Indian National Congress, and was finally appointed as the India's first Prime Minister upon independence. Next, Mahatma Gandhi. India's journey to independence could have never have been possible without this legendary freedom fighter. Mohandas Gandhi, also known as Bapu of India, he is one of the topmost freedom fighters of India. Mohandas Gandhi was nation's father who had faith in non-violent movement and struggled worldwide for civil rights and independence. He has led movements such as Dandi Salt March, Quit India Movement, Satyagraha, and others, along with playing a critical role in country's independence. These freedom fighters left behind a legacy of bravery, resolve, and unwavering patriotism. Let's salute them in the 75th independence of India and encourage each Indian to bring the Tiranga home and to host it to mark the 75th India independence and celebrate Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. And Jai Hind! Don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel so that I can bring you more interesting videos for you.